What's up, YouTube? Derbador Weldor coming at you with another video. So today we're going to do a quick update about my Weld Pro TIG welder. Here we go. Now I'm going to apologize in advance. I've been sick for the last couple days, so I apologize if my voice is off. But this right here, I bought this thing about a year or so ago. Maybe a little more than a year. I don't know. I've had it for a while and I put it through its paces. So this little Weld Pro AC/DC TIG200 has been a fantastic little machine. I don't even know how to, put it into words. Price wise, it has been awesome. And it's been rock solid. This thing has been thrown in and out the truck, drug around, beat up. You tell the case is not exactly clean anymore. It has been everywhere. And the big thing I've used this for is a lot of aircraft repairs, because I go do aircraft repairs because nobody else around here wants to do them. So I'll go do aircraft and airframe repairs with this thing right here, and it is a fantastic machine to have. But there's also more it does. It's a TIG machine, right? It's AC/DC. There's no point owning a TIG machine that doesn't have AC. Why would you do that? And at $900, this machine is great. I don't know how I feel about the what I think $300-400 Yes welder. Friend of mine has that, their AC/DC, and he loves it. But I think I'd rather spend a little bit more money and get this Weld Pro here. And it's been really, really good to me. Over here, you see tanks. Welding on these tanks. This is where the machine makes its money. My hands are all dirty from moving these things around. This is where they make money. TIG machines, for the general fabrication and repair shop, this is where they make money. A spool gun can't really repair this stuff like that will. That's going to give you a much better quality repair because you have total control over the frequency. You have total control over how much metal you're putting down, where you're putting your arc, and what you're doing. So a quick overview of this project here. You can see each of these fuel tanks has a hole, and I'm going about repairing them now. So the trick to these fuel tanks and how to repair these holes is, obviously, first you're going to clean it up with acetone, and you're going to take a dedicated stainless steel brush. But what I learned the best thing to do after that, you've taken your dedicated stainless steel brush and you've taken your acetone to it and cleaned it up, is do one dry run with no filler around the edge of the hole, right? And that brings all the crap and crud and anything that might be in there up to the top. Then take the wire brush, brush it again, then do one bead around the outside, and then brush it again. And then you just basically just start chasing that outside edge around and around and around and around. Take a second, let it cool, and do it again. Take a second, let it cool, do it again. And eventually, you fill the hole. It's very important, if you don't have a good tungsten grinder, to get a good tungsten grinder. The cheap one on Amazon makes a big difference. Now, for the longest time, I used a bench grinder, but there's just something nice about having that right there on an extension cord sitting next to your machine. So if you dip your tungsten, you ain't got to walk nowhere. You're more likely to keep a clean tungsten if it's sitting right there, and cleaning it is convenient. Now, at this moment, I'm out here outside, and I'm having to stop every once in a while and wait for the wind to die down. And the reason I didn't bring them into the shop is because, well, I'm sick, and I really don't feel like lifting these and bringing them into the shop. It was easier to just cart the welder out on the 50-foot 220 extension cord and do them under the tree instead of carting them out into the shop. And it was just going to be too much trouble for how I was feeling today. You can see, did a pass, clean it up with the brush there, and keep going. And all this is at 2x speed, by the way, so I don't bore you all to death. Now, I know some people are going to disagree with how I fix these tanks. Somebody's got a way they've done it, and they've done it forever, and it works their way. Well, this is how I fix these tanks, and it's worked for me forever. I've never had one of these tanks come back. Now I need to find a piece of wood to knock on wood somewhere, because one of these is probably going to get returned just because I said it. But seriously, everyone has a way they fix stuff, and this might not be how you fix it, but this is how I fix it, and it works. And so I'm sharing that method with the welding community. If you got a method that works, that's great. But it doesn't mean my method is wrong, and it doesn't mean your method is wrong. It doesn't mean that you don't care about your work, and it doesn't mean I don't care about my work. Welding is like skinning a cat. There's 100 ways to skin a cat, and everyone's got an opinion in welding because opinions are like buttholes. Everybody has one. And you see right there, finished product. It's nothing pretty, but it works, and it's quick money, and the customer will be happy.